So, it's Friday. Good morning again. Listening to the cards. Like they're the sound of the ocean. Good morning, Carla. And I was actually thinking about this deck. I mean, I got it several years ago, but until I actually aged it. You know, you can't tell. I'm not going to... Well, here's the one that's right there. But until I actually aged this deck. It was so stark white, but after I aged it, it just became my favorite. So, and see, things happen for a reason. I've been sitting here shuffling this deck upside down, and normally I don't look at a card. I don't know why. It's not bad luck or anything. But before I do the reading, and this time by being appreciative of the deck, how it feels like butter in my fingers. I look at the card, it's like I would have just done everything upside down. It's amazing. Good morning, Maureen. So, anyway, listening to the cards like they're the sound of the ocean or ASMR. And asking the universe what we can learn today. Any tips or tricks? Any angers or resentments to watch out for? Oh yeah, isn't that cool? That has been something I've been looking for a long time. So Carla's talking about, in the forum I posted my my new dining room table. So it comes with 2 leaves, so it actually extends out like really long. So it's perfect for that dining room. Shoulders relaxed. Oh, I just felt bones crack in my back. Neck is relaxed. It's our one chance to take a few extra minutes today and just extend our senses out. Yeah, Carla, one of the things I really love about that table is I didn't want a pedestal table, the one with the pedestal in the middle, but the pedestal actually breaks in half, so when it does extend out, it's got, the legs are actually extending with it in half, so love that thing. Big old giant gothic claws on the bottom. What's not to love? Okay. Let's see what this universe has for us. So here we have our stack. We put out our 3 threads to the universe, each one a different conversation. Each one a different thought, based on which one I choose, if you believe in the butterfly effect. That's the thought, and the inspiration will carry throughout the day, and we have a choice of 3 of them. What about the multi-universe? It's like, I've already picked one of all these. So, but today is Friday. So let's just see what's right here on the surface, so we can carry it through with us for the weekend. Do my 3-in-1. There we go. And so, oh, really? So the Tower. Good morning, Eleanor. So what is the Tower? So it looks all so disastrous and everything else, and it can feel that way, absolutely. But to me, I like to think of it, you know, my favorite quote whenever I see the Tower is that, what is the one thing that hurts more than a lie? What is the one thing that can be more devastating than a lie? That one thing that's worse than a lie is the truth. So when I see this card, this is the light of truth. This is one of those things where we talked yesterday about the devil card. Coming out of our bondage, coming out of the chain, taking the chains off. Well, until we have that revelation, until we actually see it in ourselves, we're not going to do that. I enjoy my bad habits. I indulge in those things that, sometimes you just have fun until they get carried away. So, yes, this can hurt more than anything else in the world, but there's a reason why. And then there's generally cleanup afterwards. So then we go from there to the Ten of Wands. And being the Marseille, wands are a hard suit. So yes, and even Pamela Coleman Smith shows somebody struggling. So this is coming to that end. This is that completion part. But having to deal with the aftermath and that struggle and the weight of that struggle. And then we have to put up our defenses. So, the Ten of Wands. Pamela Coleman Smith shows somebody carrying that heavy load of wands. Wands are fire, they're energy. It's that creative process, everything else. But also, again, with the Marseille, they are a hard suit. They're weapons. So, it is that struggle. And it can be that physical, that struggle that we have to go through to try and come up with a way to clean up stuff. And it's the aftermath. So this is about accepting hard truths. And for the Seven of Wands, if you look at Pamela Coleman Smith, because it's a good analogy for this, it shows the person that's standing on the rock defending themselves. They've got their staff here and they're defending themselves from the other six that are below them. So, why are we defending ourselves? What are we doing here? So, when we realize something, we have an option of compartmentalizing and ignoring the truth. Because let's face it, that's what a lot of people do in the United States. I don't understand how, but we have a revelation. We understand it could be something that was traumatic. It could be something that it's like, you know what? I just realized that I'm drinking way too much coffee. Let's use that as an analogy. I'm drinking way too much coffee. And so for me to give up coffee, it's going to be a burden because I'm going to have... This is my, I don't even know what number cup today. I'm going to have these headaches. I'm going to have these struggles. And then I'm going to have to gird myself. I'm going to have that self-will, because that mindless something, I call addictions a mindless something. To give up that mindless something is a burden. And we have to be prepared to defend that sobriety. Or if we're giving up, some other bad habit, relationship, something like that, we have to accept the burden and then we have to be prepared to fight for it. And the advice card is the Magician. And the Magician is somebody who takes all the tools that they have at hand. And this is a manifest card. This is taking ideas and thoughts, as above, so below. It's taking what we've learned. And he is the number one in the Marseille. And the Marseille does follow a particular route, with the numbers. And he's at the beginning, and he's starting over being number one. But he's using the tools at hand as part of the Fool's journey. So we're taking a new journey. So when we realize, when we see, when we understand, there's that burden of truth. When we have disaster strike, when we have something happen in a house, something happens, a tree falls on the house, we have that burden of truth, and then we have to deal with that burden. And then we have to keep the self-will and that fire going. And we can take what we've learned, and we can take our knowledge, and we can move forward. So, this is one of those things where it could be about us. It could be somebody that we know. Somebody who is struggling, and they're feeling the burden. And we need to help them gird themselves. We need to help them become on guard, and help them maybe with the tools, and say, look, you have the tools. I can help you with the tools, right? So this is just about the universe saying, be prepared. Change is universal. And as Eleanor saying, when you know that you can let go, and a new journey starts. That's beautiful. When you know that you can let go, and a new journey starts. That's really pithy. That's perfect. So, with that, if you see somebody struggling, or if you are, you've got the drive, you've got the fire, you've got the energy, is what this is saying. With the Magician, we can put all that into good use and turn it into something positive. So, I hope everybody here has an amazing weekend. It is the weekend. So, if you have to work or anything else, still have an amazing weekend. Who cares, right? I will see everybody on Monday. And with that, take care, and I will talk to you later.